Child, your beauty is only skin deep. Your heart is what truly matters. Your attitude will bring you great sorrow. Mark my words. Welcome to Tales by Omo. In the town of Aroloke lived a girl named Aroloke, known as Oge for short. Oge was known for her beauty. Her skin was smooth like the finest silk, and her eyes sparkled like the stars. But despite her beauty, Oge had an unkind heart. She often called other children ugly and made fun of them. Oge's mother, Mama Oge, often scolded her for her rudeness. Oge, beauty is not just about how you look. It's about how you treat others, she would say. But Oge ignored her mother's advice and continued to be mean to others. One sunny afternoon, Oge was playing with her friends by the river. Her best friend, Rinu, showed Oge a drawing she had made. "Look, Oge, I drew a picture of us," Rinu said excitedly. Oge looked at the drawing and frowned. "Rinu, this drawing is ugly, just like you," she said, laughing. Rinu's face fell, and tears welled up in her eyes. She ran away, feeling hurt and embarrassed. The other children looked at Oge in shock. "Why do you have to be so mean, Oge?" one of them asked. But Oge just shrugged and continued to play, not caring about the feelings she had hurt. That evening, as the sun set and the villagers gathered around the central fire to share stories, a mysterious stranger appeared. The stranger was an old woman with a walking stick, dressed in a colorful but tattered cloth. Her eyes were wise and piercing. She approached Oge and said, "Child, your beauty is only skin deep. Your heart is what truly matters." Oge, being rude as always, retorted, "Who are you, old woman? Go away and leave me alone." The old woman looked at Oge sadly and said, "Your unkindness will bring you great sorrow. Mark my words." With that, she disappeared into the night. The next morning, the village woke up to find Oge screaming in front of her hut. Her beautiful face had changed. Her skin was rough and full of blemishes. Her hair had turned brittle, and her eyes had lost their sparkle. She had turned ugly overnight. The villagers gathered around, whispering and pointing. Oge's mom rushed to her side, shocked by what had happened. "Oge, what has become of you?" she cried. Oge remembered the old woman's words and realized she had been cursed. "It was the old woman," she sobbed. "She cursed me because I was mean to Rinu and others." For the first time, Oge felt the sting of others' cruel words. The children she had once mocked now mocked her. "Look at Oge, she is now ugly," they jeered. Oge felt alone and ashamed. She ran to the river to hide from the stares and whispers. As she sat by the river crying, she heard a soft voice. It was Rinu. "Oge, I'm sorry for what happened to you," Rinu said gently. Oge looked at Rinu, surprised. "Why are you being nice to me?" "I was mean to you," Oge said, her voice trembling. Rinu smiled sadly. "Because being mean back won't make things better. My mother always said that kindness is the best medicine." Oge realized she needed to change. She decided to go on a journey to find the old woman and ask for forgiveness. She hoped by showing she had learned her lesson, the old woman might lift the curse. She asked Rinu to come with her. "Rinu, I need your help. Will you come with me to find the old woman?" Oge asked. Rinu agreed, and they set off on their journey together. They traveled through forests and crossed rivers, asking everyone they met if they had seen the old woman. Many days passed, and Oge began to lose hope. But Rinu kept encouraging her, saying, "We will find her. Oge, don't give up." One day, as they were walking through a dense forest, they came across a small hut. An old man sat outside, looking weak and hungry. Oge and Rinu approached him. "Sir, do you need help?" Oge asked. The old man nodded. "I have not eaten for days," he said weakly. Oge remembered the food they had packed for their journey. Without hesitation, she offered it to the old man. "Here, take our food," she said. The old man smiled and ate gratefully. "Thank you, my child. Your kindness will be rewarded," he said. Oge felt a warmth in her heart that she had never felt before. As they continued their journey, they finally found the old woman in a village far away. Oge approached her and fell to her knees. "Please forgive me, wise one. I have learned my lesson. I know now that true beauty comes from the heart," she pleaded. The old woman looked at Oge with kind eyes. "Child, I have seen your journey and the kindness you have shown. You have indeed learned your lesson," she said. With a wave of her hand, the old woman lifted the curse. Oge's appearance returned to normal, but more importantly, her heart had changed. She hugged Rinu and thanked the old woman. Oge and Rinu returned to Aroloke, where the villagers were amazed to see the change in Oge. She was no longer the rude girl they once knew. She apologized to everyone she had hurt and made a promise to always be kind. From that day on, Oge used her beauty to spread kindness and love. She became known as the girl with the beautiful heart, and the villagers admired her for her inner beauty. The village of Aroloke learned an important lesson from Oge's story. They realized that true beauty comes from within, and that kindness is the most beautiful thing of all. Oge's journey showed them that it is never too late to change and make amends for past mistakes. And so, the village of Aroloke was filled with love and kindness. And the memory of Oge's transformation became a cherished tale for generations to come. The end. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.